every word. You can own every word in the metaverse.
Hammy ground.
Dunkles. Oppo time snack.
And every word is a one of one. And do we have a roadmap and utility? You bet your ass. Have you read it all yet? Okay. Own every word. It's another NFT project.
Hey, everybody out there. Welcome to Own Every Word, the game show where the word heard submits answers to fill-in-the-blank statements. And our panel debates which is the best answer so that the person that submitted can earn incredible NFT prizes. I'm your host, Matt Harris, and I'm here with a terrific group of panelists who will each write down which they think is the best fit, argue their point vehemently, and from the words they choose, they'll come to a consensus willingly or unwillingly. We're here every Wednesday, so please join us to see who in the word heard has submitted the answers that our panelists feel are the most worthy. And with that said, let's meet our panel. Hey, there's everybody. Yeah.
Hello.
So thank you all so much for being here. Our first guest is a stand-up comedian who hosts and produces her own touring show called Facial Recognition Comedy. Please welcome Fizaa Dosani.
Hey everyone. That intro song was my jam. I was like
right?
30, 29, 28, 27.
I was grooving. I was back here like, okay, getting ready for the show. Thank you for being here, Fizaa. Because this is a show about words, let me ask you, do you have a least favorite word?
I don't actually. There's no word. Like, I know some people hate the word moist. I love the word moist. I don't have any hatred in my heart for words.
That's, you know what? We're starting at a good place of love, harmony, loving all words. I think the show is going to be a very love-filled one. I'm feeling very heart-centric right now. Thank you, Fizaa. Our next guest is a stand-up comedian who has a special coming out at the end of the month called Figuring It Out. Please welcome Katrina Davis.
Hello.
Hello, Katrina.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Excited to have you. Okay, here's a question for you concerning words. Let's get right to the heart of things. What word would best describe your childhood?
Ooh. Alone.
Okay. All right.
Honestly, I'm an only child. I like being alone. My favorite time was when I was finally allowed to get a key and just enjoy quiet. I live alone now. Like, I like being alone.
Okay. No, see, and let me personally, why I love that answer is because I'm currently raising an only child. You're leaving a lot of parental guilt for me. We're already off to a good start. All right. So our final guest tonight is a stand-up comedian who's been in 2 of his own Comedy Central half-hour specials. Please welcome Eliot Chang.
Hey everyone. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm looking at the screen and I love the way we look. We are our own multicultural sitcom for NBC right now.
Thank you.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
I know they're watching, so please hit us up.
This stream is brought to you by Benetton. Thank you so much for viewing.
All we need to do is get this to the president of television.
Yeah.
So tonight's theme, as you all will see, has to do about, it's going to deal with parties. It's going to deal with celebrations. So for you, Eliot, what word best describes you at a party?
A word. Okay. Invisible, because I'm an introvert, so I go in and out. I talk to a few people, and I just duck out. I buy all the time.
That's that. You know what? And I'm not mad at that. Do you have certain party rules? For example, like you have a 3-person maximum. Like I've talked to 3 people and then I'm out. Or do you have a time limit?
That's exactly it. I don't leave before I talk to 3 people because then it's like, what's the point of going?
Yeah.
So I'll talk to 3 people, and if there are a few more that I want to talk to, good for them. They've like obviously been interesting enough for me to break my own rule.
Oh, see, any introverts out there? Peep game, okay? This is we're giving you life lessons as we go along here. All right.
You basically have to be a celebrity to be the 5th person that Eliot talks to at a party. Like, That's
And
like
then-
Cher or somebody.
and then cut the deck. We'll see.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or if you have a
I'm getting my
moist
3
brownie
person-
or cookie.
there you go.
There we go.
Yes. With that, we have all our wonderful judges here. We have our illustrious panel. Let's get to the game, everybody. So,
Yay.
during each month on Own Every Word, the game show, we build our questions around a theme. And as I already sort of mentioned, today's theme is classy celebrations in honor of the summer coming up and so many holidays and special events to celebrate. So, each fill in the blank is based around that theme. Round 1 has begun, and here is your fill in the blank prompt. Let's see what the word heard is. Well, first, let's see the prompt. This New Year's is different. You'll have to blank at midnight. Let's see what the word heard submitted here. This New Year's is different. You'll have to riot at midnight. You'll have to schmooze at midnight. You'll have to tingle at midnight. You'll have to wrestle at midnight. You'll have to sidestep at midnight. You'll have to rock climb at midnight. You'll have to plonk at midnight. You'll have to dance at midnight. You'll have to cleanse at midnight. And you'll have to end at midnight. Lot of interesting submissions here from the word heard. So, illustrious panel, please take your piece of paper, take your writing instrument, pick one of these oh so wonderful submissions here, write it down, and let's get into your mind. Already, I'm liking these, and it's a plethora. It's a plethora that's kind of going all over the place here, and I'm here for it. I'm seeing eyes up, which leads me to believe, at the very least, that we're ready to start talking about things. So let me go in the order that I see. And Eliot Chang, let's start with you. Which word jumped out at you and why?
Okay. Oh, should I show my notebook? To
Please
show I'm not
do.
lying.
Show your
I'm
work.
not lying.
Show
Okay.
your work.
I cleanse.
Okay.
Okay. Because most people make their resolutions, but they do it the next morning, the next day. They just stay at the party. But no, I don't think anyone starts a resolution at midnight. They're like, hey, this is no joke. I'm committing to this. Let's do the cleanse starting right now.
Ooh. Yep. Got to say that. Get the tummy tea out right away. Go for it. Let's start purging right away. Cleanse. Love it. All right, Fizaa, we're moving on to you. What jumped out at you and why?
Tingle
Oh.
jumped out at me. You'll have to tingle at midnight. I think it's largely due to my fear of committing to an activity that I don't know if I'll want to do that. So I was like, wrestle. I mean, that sounds fun, but will I want to do that at midnight? I don't know. Plonk. I don't know what a plonk is.
Same.
But
Plonk sounds like planking, but worse.
Right.
Like if they revived it and it
Mhm.
was like planking, but you had to do it naked and they called it plonking.
or like planking without limbs or something.
Right. We've kind of described the sound. Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, tingle just seems like a non-committal experience. I'm like, oh, just a moment of feeling good. Yeah, I can do that. I can tingle.
You can tingle anywhere.
Anywhere. That's exactly right. It is ubiquitous. It is universal. Tingle coming from Fizaa. All right, Katrina, we're on to you now. So what did you pick?
I picked wrestle. I'm blurry, sorry. Because I feel like it's neutral. Like it could be positive or negative. Like you could be wrestling for clean water, or you could be wrestling in bed with a new friend. Like I like that it's open and still physical, because a lot of us are still inside. So maybe by New Year's, I'll just want to wrestle whoever I'm in a room with.
Hey, now. Okay. Got to respect that. All right. So there's a lot of compelling arguments here. You've all heard. Each of you has chosen a different word and given a very compelling reason why. So now what you're going to do is see if you were influenced. We are all mentally going to mesh and we're going to come to a consensus. So write down your final answer. Were you swayed? Are you going to stick to your guns? And while you are doing that, we're going to go check in with Sam Proof, our illustrious director, to see what the word heard is saying out there.
All right, let's take a look. Do I dare? Soda Reap says, doesn't everyone cleanse on New Year's anyway? Right, so a
In a
little
manner of
too on the
speaking.
nose. Sure. Speaking of on the nose, Spin to Turtle says, I feel like you would have to tingle from all the cocaine. I don't know what you're doing for New Year's.
Presumptuous, Spin the Turtle.
Yeah. Moon Raven, I think the voice of reason, says, the way these past 2 years have gone, I would like to sidestep. Yeah,
Amen.
that feels about right. Yo-Yo Johnson's back with us saying wrestling at midnight is Festivus, not New Year's Eve. So that would be a faux pas. We don't want to plonk on that, I suppose. Hope I used that right. According to Irish Lunatic, though, plonk is when you fall after trying to plank.
All right.
So plonk back to all y'all and see if you can't plonk yourself a plonk census. All right.
Loving the especially the callback use of plonk. All right, everybody. We have heard what the panelists said, but more importantly, you have heard what you have said. So we're going to see what you wrote down. Eliot, let's start with you. What is your final answer? Were you swayed? Did you stick to your guns? Where are we landing?
Although I love the reasons, and I think to tingle or wrestle on New Year's is awesome, I feel like we still do that anyway, so I'm sticking with cleanse.
Oh, Eliot sticking with his guns, respecting that. Fizaa, where were you drawn?
I was drawn to wrestle because I was leaning that way as well, but I couldn't fully commit. But Katrina, you swayed me. You got me. Cleanse, I love cleanse too. So both of them were, I think, viable choices. But for some reason, the wrestling is speaking to me right now. So that's where I'm at.
As it will, as wrestling will. It will speak to you sometimes. And so, Katrina, we are on to you. Were you swayed? Did you stick with your guns? Where did you land on this?
I'm glad that I played to Fizza's indecisiveness and that she changed her mind because I stuck with wrestle. But I did think about changing to tingle because I just respect that as a feeling in general.
Okay.
And how omnipresent tingling can be.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a good point. But
all right. So here's where we are right now. We have to come to a consensus to find a winner. We have 2 wrestles. We have 1 cleanse. So here's what I'm going to do. You now have 60 seconds as a group to come to a consensus. I'm not going to give you any prompts. You can either stand on your hill and fight for your point, or you can try to schmooze or plonk each other with the right answer. But 60 seconds, come to a consensus, and go.
Well, first of all, if you do wrestle the right way, you will get a tingle, and then you'll want to cleanse anyway. But I got to tell you, after hearing both the ladies, I might be swayed to wrestle.
I mean, I'm thinking, I think that's the most efficient way to do it is to change Eliot's mind, and we come to a consensus. So, if you're swayed, then
I could do it. I mean, maybe I'm sticking to cleanse because we're in LA.
Yeah.
So it's just a word you keep hearing over and over again. And I'm like, but wrestle. Here, how many seconds we have left? We still have like about 45 seconds. Ladies, sway me.
I mean, I'm down with go to wrestle, but I feel tingle keeps popping up. It's tingling. I'm tingling about it. I can't fight it.
I'm going through my commitment issues right now because I'm like, oh yeah, tingle's great, and we'd probably want to cleanse after wrestling. So
I feel like a tingle is what you feel when a cleanse is starting. You want to go? I'm gonna go tingle.
Oh,
I can go tingle. Tingle.
Eliot.
I'm gonna go tingle. Go tingle.
Oh my gosh. That was whoa,
buzzer beater.
Whoa. We went back and forth and back and forth. I'm telling you right there. I'm tingling right now.
I wasn't going to, but I was listening to Fizz. I'm like, she's making some good points. And then when Katrina switched, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm in.
With an upset.
Wow.
I follow the momentum, the flow.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tingle is our winner right here. Yay. Congratulations to this pin is leaky. I see what you're doing out there. This pin is leaky. Congrats to you. You are the winner of round one. You'll be receiving a free official, unofficial Own Every Word NFT. So please keep a lookout for that. And we are on to round two. Ooh, this is already starting to be a nail biter. So here we go. Into round two. Here is your next prompt. You can't just blank at a wedding or the bride will get jealous. Let's see what the word heard submitted. You can't just unloose at a wedding or the bride will get jealous. You can't just bawl at a wedding. You can't just sin at a wedding. You can't just dress up at a wedding. You can't just buzz at a wedding. You can't just shine at a wedding. You can't just tailgate at a wedding. You can't just luau at a wedding. You can't just beat at a wedding. And you can't just catfish at a wedding or the bride will get jealous. So, some that are pretty straightforward, some that are going a little esoteric with it, and word heard, I appreciate it when you get weird. So, panelists are writing down their answers. Ooh, and I already see eyes up, hearts of fire, and inspiration has hit immediately. So this time I'm going to go ahead and reverse the order of the way I did it last time. And Katrina Davis, we are starting with you. What word jumped out at you?
I went with beat.
Okay.
Because I keep picking the open ones because someone already said it in the chat. They were like, what kind of beat are we talking? Because you can say like beat to the heavens, like your face, like a bunch of makeup, which like, yes, a bride probably wouldn't like if you look like Tammy Faye and were like distracting everyone from her on your wedding.
Excellent point.
You can also beat cheeks, and if you fuck at a wedding, someone's probably gonna be upset with you, like depending on when you do it. Also, sorry, can we swear? You cannot hook up at a wedding. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
But yeah, so I'm gonna say beat for now, just because I like how universal it is.
Yes, it is. It is an omni tool. You can use it in many different ways. And so, oh, look at that. She's second again. Fizaa, what's on your mind? What jumps out at you?
I went with tailgate because it's a whole other event. So, you know, the bride's having a wedding, that's her thing. And then if there's a tailgate going outside and that's like popping, you know, she might get a little jealous. She might.
Right? All the money spent on that bar, you drinking out of your car trunk. Yes. No, we don't want to see that. That's an excellent point. So, Eliot, what jumps out at you?
Well, I went with, I think, a predictable answer, but I said shine because I've been to enough weddings where I know all the female friends of the bride. Yo, my can't look better. My shoes can't look better. My man can't look better. I cannot go out of my way to look better in any way. So I went with
if
shine.
you're hot, you basically wear like a burlap sack and drag a foot to your friend's wedding. Like
I think some girls almost go to fists and blow. So I'll say shine.
Gotta be. Come straight from a hot yoga class. And with that said, that's a lot of compelling arguments. So C, take in the information that you will take in. I know you will come to a consensus. Write down your final answer. And while you do that, Mr. Sam Proof, let's check in with the word heard.
All right. Starting us off, Moonraven says catfishing is never acceptable. I guess that's my weekend plans are just out the door now, so something better to do. Irish Lunatic's back with us, says you can sin at a wedding. It's kind of required. I think that's after the wedding, but okay.
And then it's not a sin anymore.
I may have been to the wrong kind of weddings. Yes, that's true too. Brian Belt says shine. He agrees with Eliot. You can't outshine the bride.
Well,
and Boogie also goes, let's go, Eliot. Defend that answer now. We are shining. Always shining. Reno Cap says, I always tailgate in the parking lot. Wedding ceremonies make me sleepy. I hope what doesn't make you sleepy is our show. Hello. And the possibility of a consensus and awesome segues. So back to you.
Boom. Oh, yes. That delivery was seamless. And that's a dad joke, everybody. So we're going to go ahead back to where I started. And Katrina, what is your final answer?
I think this time I'm going to stick with my OG. just because I'm from Florida, so when I heard tailgate, I kind of thought of them as the same thing. Been to a lot of weddings where you can watch the wedding from your tailgate and no one minds. They're pretty much the same event. And then I do agree with Eliot's answer, but I'm just going to stick with mine.
All right. Don't you dare beat at that wedding. Fizaa, what were you swayed? Did you stick to your guns? Where are you at here?
Well, okay. So I initially stuck to my guns, tailgate, but then I realized I'm from Florida too. And Katrina makes a great fucking point. And you know what? I'm actually gonna go with shine.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Because I think it's true, you know, brides get jealous, but I think we should all be able to shine regardless, you know?
That's right. And if you find the bride that absolutely agrees with you, then you found the diamond. You found the shiner right there. So, Eliot, what about yourself?
No, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking with shine. Even though I love that Katrina said beat as in clap cheeks. I'm like, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sticking with shine because if you clap cheeks with one of the best men who looks better than the groom, you're outshining the bride. So I'm sticking with shine.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
fair.
there's a narrative to be followed there. So now we have to come to a consensus. We got 2 shines and a beat, which I feel like is kicking off the next summer jam. But 60 seconds, make your point. Come to a consensus in 60 seconds or less, and go.
Come on, Katrina. I can see you're already thinking.
I mean, yeah.
Come to our side. Come to the dark side.
I was about to say, I'm just not one for arguing that hard. I do still stand by my answer as
Absolutely.
it being the more outrageous way to upset a bride. But I do think that your word encompasses more ways of upsetting the bride. So yeah, sure.
Oh, look at that.
Just to play devil's advocate.
Katrina came over. That's what I love the process that's happening with this panel. It's really like everybody really is sticking to their guns, but you're still coming to a consensus. If only Congress could be taking notes right now. I know you all are watching as well. Every single member of Congress watches this show. Take notes. Shine has what happened. You can't just shine at a wedding or the bride will get jealous. Congratulations to Boogie. Boogie, you done did it. All right. You did it.
Yeah.
Look for your official, unofficial, own every word NFT, sweet NFT that'll be coming to you. And we are on to round 3. Stick and move, people. Stick and move. What do we got here for the round 3 prompt? At the company Christmas party, you can choose between beef, chicken, or blank. Oh my goodness. What has the word heard submitted? Oh, they didn't let me down. So at the company Christmas party, you can choose between beef, chicken, or karate. You can choose between beef, chicken, or Easter. You can choose between beef, chicken, or fingernails, between beef, chicken, or parts, between beef, chicken, or alligator, between beef, chicken, or hamstrings, between beef, chicken, or dishwater, between beef, chicken, or starve, between beef, chicken, or crunchy, or you can choose between beef, chicken, or retirement. All right, take a second, write down your answer. Word heard, I knew you weren't going to let me down because actually I could see myself choosing any one of these things at the company Christmas party. So I do not envy the panelists who have to come up with the answer and yet come up with an answer I think they have because I'm seeing eyes. So this time, Fizaa, let's start with you.
Okay.
What jumped out at you?
So starve jumped out at me because in protest because beef and chicken is murder.
Boom, boom.
Meat is murder. I actually eat meat, but I'm trying to move in the direction of not because I have a pet now. I don't know. It's I'm from Florida. Everything's confusing, but starve.
There you go. Vegan shots fired. I'm loving it. Okay. Let's see. Where can I move to? Let's see. I think Eliot, I ended with you last time. So let's go to you for our second one. What jumped out at you?
I also said starve.
Oh.
Because I've been to many company corporate Christmas parties, and a lot of companies do not care about their peasant slaves, and they're like, "Look, you can either eat what we got, kick rocks." So I think it's beef, chicken, or starve. That's why.
Okay. All right. I'm with it, and that's probably the most Ebenezer Scrooge thing that someone could say. We have beef, chicken, or starve. Katrina, what say you?
I picked Easter because at corporate jobs I have multiple times started the year with which days you get off, and they're not always the same. And sometimes you wish that you could pick, like, hey, could we have had a smaller party for Christmas and then just gotten off MLK too? Like, I would love to have the option. And I do also feel that in terms to counter starve as a word, jobs that take advantage of you, that is the one time that they booze you up and fill you full of liquor so you forget how horrible the year was and start again. Like, everyone forgets they have wives, people hook up, there's always rumors, like, no one starved. You could starve all year, you eat at that Christmas party. Like,
say that.
People like bring bigger bags lined with plastic at holiday parties. So I picked Easter.
All right. And let me tell you right now, okay, I'm not only respecting the argument for your word, but the counterpoint as well. So compelling arguments that have been made. Were you swayed? Are you going to stick to your guns? Write down your final answer while we go to the very wonderful Sam Proof to check in with our comments section in the Word Heard themselves. Dr.
Right.
Sam.
Let's take a quick look. J.K. Palm says dishwater because it has bits of a bunch of different foods. I mean, it's basically a side dish.
It's hilarious.
So there you go. That's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. So thank you for that, J.K. Palms. I'm going to sleep horribly tonight. Irish Lunatic says, you don't like the food, I will karate you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to write this down because I make pizza.
That is the Cobra Kai company Christmas party.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Well, I'm in the valley, so that's perfect. AS Dogs, one of those, says starve because as if tight ass company has 3 choices. You get 2 choices and you like it. And they're both meat. Sorry. And then to stick with the Florida theme, alligator. So there you go. That's for Fizaa. But also, I was trying to find this, and then Matt put me right on this spot, and I was like, oh no, this one's slipping through. Where'd it go? I'm going to try and find it live. Oh, finally, Moonraven, again, the voice of reason. Wouldn't meth be in there to continue with the Florida theme? So somebody's about to get banned from chat. Sorry. No. All right, back to you.
How dare they insinuate that methamphetamines are in any way associated with Florida? Shame. For shame. But
we're more into synthetic weed and bath salts, but whatever.
Yeah, because synthetic weeds doesn't show up on drug tests. And I don't think that's salty either. I'm just guessing.
No, what did we tell you? Life lessons, okay? And life lessons. All right, so we have heard some arguments. We've heard from the Word Heard themselves. Fizaa, let's go back to starting with you. Where did you land on this?
Man, I just kind of landed on crunchy because I'm like, if we have to eat meat, we might as well be crunchy and fried because then it's like, less like you're eating an animal.
Okay, all right. So reaching out, finding other inspiration. All right, Eliot, what about you?
I almost went to dishwater because what that guy said of all the bits, but I think it's disgusting. But I'm sticking with starve. I still feel starve is the way corporations go.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Now, Katrina.
I will say dishwasher was technically correct, but also disgusting. And I did for a second think of fingernails for like biting them when you're nervous to see if you'll have a job the next year, because I super got laid off last year. But I'm going to stick with Easter. I'm going to stick with what I know the process of corporate America to be.
Okay, all right. So we have aspirational. We have one practicality for what corporate America is. Another one what corporate America has been and will be. You are facing Supreme Court levels of decision right here. All right, we got a three-way split once again, and once again. I know you will, and even though this time we're all going different areas, you're going to come to a consensus. 60 seconds is going up on the clock now.
I think Katrina's worked in nicer offices than I have, because that sounds like a good deal. But I've never worked in that office.
I know. I haven't worked a corporate job in so long that I'm just thinking about the food right now.
Yeah, you got to get the good ones where the kitchen's full of food because you're crying in the bathroom.
Oh, I remember those days crying in the bathroom.
I am also open to all of us moving to dishwater.
Yeah. I am too, actually.
Wait, hold on, because I would want someone to win. Dishwater to me is almost like starve because it's just trash. So
right.
You know
and
what, lady?
Fingernails is very specific, but that was the other one that I would also vie for.
I'll go to dishwater because that's not, to me. That's an easy jump. If you guys are willing, ladies, I'll go to dishwater if you want to.
I'll jump in there with you. Dishwater.
All right. Dishwater. I go dishwater.
We have a consensus. Is it dishwater?
I love the chat with an upset.
Oh, it is coming from just when dishwater had put on its hat and started to head for the door. Wait a second. At the last minute, the name was called. The banner has been dropped.
Call this panel M. Night Shyamalan, because we got twists, baby.
Boom. Just when you thought it was one way, just when you thought you knew them, you did not. So congrats to JJ the Beard.
You disgusting animal.
All
that
right.
was such a gross comment that actually worked in an argument.
With the little Mac punch at the end that floored 1988 Nintendo Mike Tyson. You know how old I am. So
I feel like this is the only place you can see someone genuinely comment dishwater. Woo!
That's what's up. That's what's up. And Team Dishwater, congratulations to Team Dishwater as well. JJ the Beard, look for your sweet NFT prizes coming your way. This has been a barn burner, everybody, because now we are moving on to round 4, and it's the twofer round.
Oh, snap.
That's right. This is the twofer round, where only people with 2 cards can submit. That means you are going to get a double word answer.
Okay.
Let's see what the prompt is. Let's all do the blank dance at the blank ball. Let's see what the word heard has submitted in our special twofer round. Let's all do the tag dance at the Fevers ball. Let's all do the pickaxe dance at the warmed up ball. Let's all do the depressed dance at the hard ball. Let's all do the overheated dance at the political ball. Let's all do the fertile dance at the bibliographic ball. Let's all do the beaters dance at the postmark ball. Let's all do the burn dance at the malfunctions ball. Let's all do the intelligence dance at the cryptogram ball. Let's all do the inverting dance at the tubing ball. And let's all do the kin dance at the bulk ball. Just a word to my wonderful panelists as you're writing down. Words do have to be, if you're going to pick 2 words, they do have to be the ones that came as a pair. No mixing and matching.
Oh.
Okay. Fizaa immediately breaking the rules.
Okay, so it has to be the ones next to each other.
Right next to each other, the ones that are parallel. That is the same person submitted those words, and there can be only one winner per round. I know this is where the word herd decides to really dig into all of their SAT training and to all their sort of philosophical and more creative parts. This is where we get to shine with that. But I'm seeing some eyes up. So this time, Katrina, let's start with you.
Okay.
Who jumped out at you?
There were a couple that jumped out at me, but I went with depressed at the hardball, baby.
Boom.
I feel like I like that hardball works in multiple ways. Like it could be a ball of things that are difficult, or it could literally be the word hardball, which anytime someone has ever used that word at me, I was immediately upset and did not like them. So I'm gonna go with depressed hardball.
It's poetic. It makes sense. I'm with you on it. Eliot, what about yourself? I saw your eyes up pretty early.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. Hardball stood out to me too, but it was very close. But I actually went, let's all do the overheated dance at the political ball, because I feel like everyone can only go from 0 to overheated about anything political. And I have political opinions too, but I don't get overheated. And anytime people lose their mind over politics, I just say you need to get laid. But anyway, that's a whole other discussion.
I'm with you. No, overheated the political ball. I literally feel like that's what the current state of our government is. Is that it is overheated dance at the political ball. Very good points. On to you, Fizaa. What do you think?
Well, I actually chose depressed dance at the hardball as well, because I think it's important to express yourself. And if we can do it as a group, there's something, we're the hard ball. It's difficult. We're all experiencing something. Let's share. So
the depressed dance is going to be easy.
That's very true.
What do you do?
You just lie down. You just lie down.
Yeah.
And exactly. And I would counter argue that getting overheated about some political issues and getting laid would just exacerbate the issue, depending on what the issue is.
But only in a fun way, like a Shonda Rhimes show. Like they always get overheated over the political thing, have very angry sex, and then the show stays on for 9 years.
Yes. And then I would only argue that they're not overheated because they're all old, and I feel like they keep it at a brisk 65.
That's a very good point. Okay, so listen, already the wonderful points are abound. These are great arguments. Let's see where you land on this. Put your final answer down, and let's go over and see what the word herd is saying about this. Mr. Sam Proof.
All right. Boogie, sorry to disappoint you. You only had words in the last two. He says, y'all lucky I don't have any words in here.
I love the vague threat of like
the second one last time. Yeah.
Like, you don't even know.
I could take this whole thing. I'm gonna sweep all the rounds. Glow Creature says, tag, you're it. I apparently have to go defend my honor, so I'll be back in a bit, I guess. Moonraven says, sign me up to the sexy librarian fertile dancing at the bibliographic ball.
Oh, very good point.
Which J.K. Palm's apparently there too, says fertile dance at the bibliographic ball because librarians are always ovulating. I don't know what libraries you guys are hanging out at or weddings. My life is a lie. Asdog says, depressed dance at the hard ball. Let's face it, anything hard makes us all depressed.
Okay, I feel like this is a setup.
I think we need to take everyone to therapy, a little mental health time, something like that. Let's see if we can turn those frowns upside down and give them a consent.
All right. So, all right. We've heard a lot. Today. Panel. Wonderful judges that you are. Katrina, where did you end up on this?
I mean, I don't know. That bibliographic rant in the comments almost got me. I don't know if I don't know the right librarians. What's going on? But yeah, I'm gonna stick with depressed at the hardball.
Depressed at the hardball. Yes.
I feel like the more I hear it, the more it makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I absolutely can. I can see this in my head. And I don't know that I would live stream it. It should be a safe space, but yeah, I'm with you. So Eliot, where did you land on this?
I actually say that my co-panelists convinced me. I'm switching over to depressed and hardball.
Oh,
Hey.
look
because
at that.
because Katrina's making good points, and if you are overheated, like that does fall under depression, and it's a hardball. So I'm going over. I'm hopping the fence.
Yes, that's right. It's a rise and a crash. Wow, Fizaa, what? So where are you? What happened?
You know, I actually stuck to my guns this time. I know I've been very flexible.
I was waiting to see if she changed it.
So I pressed hard, but I do want to share that originally, before I knew what the rules were, I did choose fertile and tubing because, you know, we're doing the fertile dance at the tubing ball. Hello. But yeah, depressed hard is where I'm landing.
That sounds like a sick water park almost.
Yeah.
And that park will definitely be in Florida.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know. So, but with that said, you know, representatives from Florida doing what they do and influencing a decision, and we have got an immediate consensus right off the bat. Depressed at the hardball. All right. So, let's see. Congratulations to Mad Hattori or Mad Hattori. I hope I'm saying that right. Congratulations. You will be receiving that sweet NFT prize coming your way. And I'll actually have to say that there's kind of a poetic energy to depressed at the hardball, because you're doing a depressed dance at this hard, which we're kind of assuming is difficult ball. So it's hard times, but there's like a community group thing that's going on at the same time. So
the playlist is gonna be sick. It's all just like Morrissey and Radiohead and like
and you'll probably leave not feeling so bad. Let's throw a hard ball, guys. That's what I'm saying. That's I mean, really,
doesn't it sound sick? If I told you guys I was going to a hardball tomorrow, you would ask for more information.
I'd ask for a ride.
I'm tiptoeing around it, but that's what I'm saying. We're doing this. With that said, we are on to our final round. What a journey this has been. This round is for gold and special edition cards only. So those of you that submitted with those gold and special edition cards, your chances of winning are greatly increased. And here we go with our prompt. It's the 4th of July, so we have to set blank on fire. Let's see what the word heard submitted. Gold and special editions. It's the 4th of July, so we have to set water on fire. We have to set moolah on fire. We have to set attendee on fire. We have to set trash on fire. We have to set green beans on fire. We have to set homecoming on fire. We have to set every day on fire. We have to set kin on fire. We have to set cookbooks on fire. And we have to set bulk on fire. Whoo! Those are the submissions from the word heard. I don't mean to be stereotypical, but I am interested to see what the Florida people are going to put in here, because I feel like all of these things have been on fire. Actually, currently are on fire in some way, shape, or form anywhere in the state of Florida at this time. But you know what? To put myself on the spot, I will say Stockton, California. Probably the same thing for this round as well. So
we don't even have water over here. Don't act like we got 3 sides of that ish, baby.
Hey, and we are currently in the city where every year we are on fire. As a matter of fact, yesterday. But back to the show. Well, I'm gonna end the way I started. Eliot, I'm gonna start with you. What jumped out at you?
For me, I feel like this is a very Florida answer. We got to set every day on fire. Because that includes trash, that includes water, includes everything, which means every day to the end of the summer has got to be fire. So,
boom. No better way to celebrate your 4th of July.
Yeah.
Every day. America. Every day. All right. Fizaa, what jumped out at you?
Oh, I love that, Eliot. But I went with water because my reasoning was if we set a body of water on fire, then maybe that'll stop the colonists from just taking countries and making weird 4th of July celebration. That's just my reasoning, That's just where I'm coming from.
Oh, there's no flaw in that answer right there at all. Yes. Know this, colonizers, we're coming for you. And Katrina, what do you have? What jumped out at you?
I said trash. For multiple reasons. I feel like it could be conceptual, like Fizaa is talking about. If you want to talk about people that people get excited about for the 4th, it could be literally, because when you get drunk on the 4th of July, like you're burning something. And I feel like fireworks themselves, short of gunpowder, like I don't know what all that stuff is, but like all that ash, that probably turns into trash anyway. So
Okay, all right. So we've got that's the in the other order. Let me see, Eliot, you had
every day,
water, and
day.
trash. All right, very compelling arguments all the way around. This is it. This is the final of the final answers.
Right.
Write it down while we take one final check-in with Mr. Sam Proof and the Word Heard to see what everybody is saying. Make your case.
All right, so to Reap says, set our kin on fire. Way too excited about this. 3 exclamation marks. Good Lord. The name I refuse to attempt to pronunciate. Yeah, good. I'm just going to keep going. Set water on fire. Is this Cleveland? Ooh, shots fired. J.K. Palm says, kin sort of means cousins, but trash feels more honest. So that T-shirt will be available later. Billy says, every day we be on fire. Mogwai just checking in to tell us that Mogwai, they love the show and that we're all great. So we're on fire, clearly.
I'm going to say that's the correct answer, Mogwai.
Yeah, it is. We all win. Moonraven says, fire water from fracking is the total Florida experience. So it all comes full circle, I guess. All right, and we'll see if you can come full circle in a consent circle. Cool.
Yeah, all right. So you are all scholars. You are all very intelligent, wonderful, hilarious people. Let's see where we landed. Eliot, you stick to your guns. Were you swayed one way? What do you have there?
I'm sticking with every day, because. But I was so close to saying water or trash originally, because to set water on fires is bananas. We all like to see trash burn, but I feel like every day encompasses all that. So every day.
Loving it. Okay. And now Fizaa, your mind was open. Where are you?
Well, my mind was like water, fluid. I was able to, this actually was one of the most compelling rounds because, I'm from Florida, so of course I love setting trash on fire, literal or figurative. And also, Eliot, you really did appeal to the native Floridian in me. Every day on fire. It's the 4th of July, but who gives a shit? Let's set every day on fire. So I have to land on every day. I think, but trash is also something that is in my heart of wanting to set fire. I don't know. Every day.
I'm loving it. Oh, Katrina. Miss Katrina Davis, it comes down to you. So what have you?
Well, I had originally switched to water because I feel like we burn a lot of water in the summer. Like there's sprinklers, there's things like we were saying there's fires that we're using water to put out. So like we're technically burning a lot of water.
Drought is real.
But I do feel like in terms of every day, we're all living in a slow burn, like how they boil frogs.
That's right.
So I do think that there is something to that as the word. Anybody else? I don't know. Wait, because you already switched to everyday, Fizaa?
We got 2 everydays so far. We got every day and every day.
But You can. I mean, I'll flip flop. You know, like just give me a compelling argument. I'll be like, I see your point.
Such
Come
a
on,
swing
Katrina.
voter.
Come on,
Such a
Katrina.
I mean,
swing
I
voter.
don't mean to call back to another word, but like I'm kind of overheating about this. So it's so funny, people in the chat. I love the intensity of this.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I feel like all three of those are good options.
They're all great. They are all great.
They're all great. We have to come to a consensus. This is the last one. Who gets to walk home with the gold and special NFT? I'm just going to go ahead and throw it up starting now. 60 seconds.
Okay,
Come on,
so
Katrina.
60
Make it
seconds
happen.
from now.
Come on, Katrina. I'm already raising the boiling water in the pot. You're already in the pot. It's slowly boiling.
Well, I mean, I feel like every day, like what is every day? Bring up the sentence. Oh, it's in the corner. It's the 4th of July, so we have to set every day on fire. Like, what is that? I kind of want to try to say for once in my life that I'm want to believe in something and still say trash or water.
I'm swayed. I'm swayed.
Oh,
I'm so convinced. Trash. I just want
oh,
to trash.
oh,
I'm going to do that right after this show.
oh.
Now
So now we got
trash.
2 trashes in
Now where
every
are
day.
you at, Elliot?
Oh
Where
my
are
gosh.
you
And we
at?
have 10 seconds. 10 seconds to come to a
You
consensus.
know what? Let's close it out with a Floridian answer. Trash is every day, so let's do trash. Let's do trash.
Oh, what? What? This whole game has been about
Trash.
upsets and coming from
When I say
behind.
tra, you say trash. Tra.
Florida,
Ash.
Florida.
So, congratulations to, let me see, I'm just going to say EOL 666 or EOL 66. Oh, wait, what did, no way. Yep, you're right. I got it wrong again. Slappy.
Yay.
Forgive me. I am, my brain has been scrambled because I have been sitting here
Trash.
on the edge of my seat. And I bet, Slappy, you were like, oh man, things are going against me. And then right at the end, it came back. Please, I want you to play either the Rocky theme for yourself or You're the Best. What a game.
Can you
What
sing
a
that?
wonderful
Sorry.
game. This has been a whole lot of fun for me. I hope it's been a lot of fun for everybody because that's our show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching Own Every Word, the game show. But before we go, first, I want to thank our wonderful, hilarious, thought-provoking, and mostly Floridian panel here. And before we jump out of here, Fizaa, where can people find you?
I'm at Fizaa Dosani on all the platforms, Fizaa Dosani on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, TikTok, blah, blah. The internet. What is it? With the metaverse? Is that?
Sure.
Stop trying to make the metaverse happen, Fizaa.
I thought that was part of the description of the show, right?
We're in it.
I'm joking.
Katrina, what about you? Where can we find you?
You can find me at Katrina with a K, like the hurricane. Yeah, I know. Savad, which is just Davis backwards, SIVAD, on everything. My website, my Instagram, like Fizaa said, all of the things that you care about finding people on. This was so awesome.
It was great to have all of you. Eliot, what about you? Where can we find you?
Eliot Chang official on YouTube and Instagram. And on YouTube, I've got like 500 videos of me destroying drunk people at shows. Go check it out. But this was so much fun because I love how when people switch, like I love how Fizaa got so excited. She's like, I'm gonna switch. Like, anytime someone switches sides, we got excited, like, you switch. This is a blast.
Your brain gets drunk off the power of changing your own mind. You're like, you know what? I can do this. Yeah.
There is no greater
great.
power you will feel than in the seat at Own Every Word. I get to feel it every week. I'm just holding this microphone. But thank you all again for coming. This has been an absolutely fun show. Thank you all out there for watching. I've been Matt Harris. Join us again next Wednesday, May 25th, and every Wednesday at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Good night.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.